messy, best studio ever.
Hey vlog, I'm part of the Kaitlyn fan club.
Welcome back to another vlog, a Baylor vlog that is too. Today is Sunday evening, and this week is my last day of being a Baylor student. I have another week until graduation, but we only have 3 days in this week until classes are over. So I thought I'd just take you guys along and show you what it's kind of like to go to all these classes. And some of my classes don't even last this long, so yeah. Yeah, I think it will be fun just to kind of wrap up my whole 4 years here. All right, well today I already went to class, but I was really tired, so I forgot to vlog, sorry. But it was just my history class, just an hour long. But yeah, so I'm about to head out the door and go to BSO, so orchestra. I was just warming up a little bit. Heading off to orchestra, we have a concert tonight, so that'll be fun. So I didn't mention this earlier, but someone actually stole my bike last week. And so I've been having to kind of like change my schedule around and like when I leave and stuff for class. And so I've been like stressed out about like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get to class on time? Because like I'm not used to leaving at a certain time and, you know, calculating the amount of time that it actually takes me to get to places. Because I just ride my bike everywhere, and so normally it takes like 5 minutes or less. But now it takes me like close to 15, and I'm like, ah! So that was kind of a bummer. But, you know, being outside is nice, especially when it's not raining, and so I guess I can kind of take advantage of it.
last concert.
I kind of want to give a rundown of my time here. My freshman year, super fun. Remember joining the bands and all that stuff. I never did marching band, which I'm kind of glad because I always figured out a way to consume my time anyway. And then I ended up staying with one of my roommates for 3 years, which was great. Super fun. Shout out Julia. I ended up getting a foster dog at one point, which was pretty rough because she wasn't potty trained. But it was a fun experience, I guess, and she was super sweet, but didn't really work out. But it was a good lesson, I guess. And I definitely still want a dog eventually. Being in the horn studio was super fun. Like, all of the horn players in my studio have always been like super kind, and it's just been BSE, best studio ever. But it's just been a great time. The musicianship is also really great, and we just had a lot of fun together. I mean, I spent most of my time with those people, so it was really cool. And I'm not good at like history and stuff, but like, you know, it's interesting to learn a lot about like different historical things that like you never really thought about before, especially with music history. And music theory is fun, musicianship is fun. Just kind of forced you to kind of learn a new skill almost, because it's not something that everybody just learns, you know, like theory is interesting. But yeah, going into Baylor, I started with a math minor because I was like, I definitely want to do something minor because, you know, I want to be able to pursue something else also. Like, I don't have just music as my interest. But then that didn't really work out because like some weird things, and then also I was like, well, actually I kind of want to still pursue the like neuroscience kind of space, because for a while I ended up wanting to be a neurosurgeon, but I was like, shoot, like I think my passion for music might be stronger, and so that happened. But then I ended up taking some like psychology classes, like neuroscience, and I'm currently in a human development class, which is actually really cool and fascinating, and like the things I'm learning, it definitely makes me want to like, you know, get a degree in genetics or something. I don't know, but it's just been really cool, and I love learning that kind of stuff. It's just so easy for me to just grab onto all that knowledge. Yeah, so then I ended up switching to a psychology minor, except Baylor doesn't technically offer a psychology minor. So I just have taken a bunch of classes to kind of, you know, if I were to ever get a psychology degree or something equivalent to that, I can just kind of show them my transcript and be like, hey, like, I'm taking all these classes, I'm really interested, please let me work or get this degree or whatever. And then I got married the summer before, like literally maybe like 2 weeks before my senior year, which is awesome, and I'm so glad that we did it when we did, because now everything else is lining up that we have been praying about and just really thinking hard through. So yeah, and now we're about to go on a trip. Like right after graduation, we're going on a trip to kind of like celebrate a bunch of different things, like celebrate our graduation and also like give us a better like honeymoon than we got before. And then also two of our really good friends are getting married, and so it's gonna be a really, really fun trip. I'm super excited, so stay tuned for that for sure. There have been lots of downs too. I mean, like, you know, auditions for like musicians. That's pretty rough sometimes, but you know, you make it through and keep going, and it's still fun regardless what happens. Good morning. So I am driving to class. I'm a little bit late, but I have to play a jazz improv final today. I'm sure it'll go all right. I'm probably gonna be a little bit nervous because there are gonna be a few spectators. Oh well. But I'm running behind, and so I'm a little like But anyway, and then after that, today we have a like field day thing with our studio, which is super exciting. This day feels pretty hectic because I feel like I'm going back and forth so much. But I just finished my jazz improv final, and I think it went pretty well. The first tune that we played was kind of warming up a little bit to it, and then eventually I started getting in the groove, and it was fine. But now I have to go change so that I'm ready to do our field day thing later. But I do have a class next, music history, and I'm pretty sure we're just reviewing for our final, which is great because I need that. I need to kind of know what we're doing.
Last week of class.
You can see this whole period from row
Hey vlog, I'm part of the Kaitlyn fan club, and we just had our last music history class.
First place deserves a kite. Let's
We're actually
go.
undefeated.
Oh, that was close.
Okay, so maybe do not go that way. Do not
Run
go that
with
way.
the wind. Wait, I think the wind is going the other way. Oh, look at it fly! Oh, 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 oh! That's the power line! We're gonna play some
Toss more up than you sink.
Okay, I toss more up.
Don't toss hard.
Okay, but toss up. Okay, I can do that. That's when went somewhere.
What? There you go. That's the toss. Now aim.
Yes!
First place champion cornhole team, Harper.
Run like the wind, run like the wind. Hello, so I'm back home after brass field day. It was really fun. We did some kickball, we did cornhole. We also did a bake-off for the people who didn't really want to do all the sports stuff, which was fun. And we also did tug of war. Our class normally gets out at 5, and I just got home and it's almost 5:40. So it definitely went a little bit past. And there was just a lot of hanging out too after you would like compete or whatever. So, but it was a really fun time, and like our studio made a bunch of headbands, which was cute. But honestly, I think I might take a shower because I'm really like sticky and gross. And then I'm probably gonna take a quiz and then potentially do some other like catching up in some classes to prepare for like finals and stuff. And then later tonight we are going to our small group, and we're actually having like a graduation party for us, which is fun. And they're cooking Brazilian food, and we're gonna have some guaraná. Is that how you say it? Guaraná? So we have no idea what those 18 rulers were doing. There were so many of them, and then there were cops directing them. We had no idea what was going on with that. But we were getting home from our little graduation party with our small group from church, and it was really sweet. They got us cards, signed it, they made us nice food, and like everybody was there. And like recently only like half the group has been coming, and so it's just really cool to be able to see all of them. Yay! But now I'm tired, so we're gonna head to bed. And then tomorrow is the official last day of class. So I got back from class earlier, and I decided to take a nap because I was actually quite tired. But now I'm going to my very last orchestra meeting, and we're actually just meeting, and he's giving us pizza, which is really kind, instead of us playing and stuff, because we already performed our concert. So you can hear all the pianos.
Shorty piece of shack.
When life gives you lemons.
Yeehaw!
Oh my gosh, it's Max. Oh my gosh.
We are privileged and we know it.
Seniors.
So we went to the sub and walked around a bit, but they were handing out free pretzel bites. So we got some cinnamon ones with icing, and then we got some like salted ones with cheddar. And apparently they do this often, like at the beginning of the year and then at the end of the year, which I had no idea. So
Oh, this is terrible. Don't get this. No, I'm just kidding.
So I'm currently driving a little bit outside of campus so that I can go teach some French horn lessons. I do this about once a week, a couple students at a high school. It's just a good way to make a little bit of extra money, but it's also fun to teach them like how to be good at their instrument and just encourage them. So I just practiced for a little bit. I have a jury coming up in 2 days, but I'm currently at my friend's apartment because I am giving her a graduation cord because we're in the same organization. And then once we finish that, I'm gonna come home and probably hit another practice session, and then just kind of work on some schoolwork that I need to turn in. Tomorrow is actually a study day, so like there's no school and no finals. It's like the day in between school and finals. And my church actually loves hosting like a study day at our church, so like they make the whole entire building just for the students. We study basically all day long, like from early in the morning to late evening, and then we have like worship and all that stuff afterward. So my friends and I ended up hanging out to basically the end of the night. But that concludes the last day of class for us, which is crazy to think about. And now we just look to finals and then graduation. But I'm gonna end the video here because it's basically the end of our school week, so see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching.